What's good? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy JL, he who ascends, and we live. You know what I'm saying? Straight to it, gang. We in the building. We about to do another reaction. You already know what it is, and y'all already know who we sticking with, man. Like I told y'all, we on a marathon right now. We doing JP reviews. You feel what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get straight to it.
Why can't men find women to date? That's not your problem. Your problem is why you can't find the woman you want. Yeah. And you have to assume that's your problem, because otherwise you have to assume that it's the women's problem. And really? They're all wrong and you're right. Really? Lucky you. Maybe you are. You're an undiscovered gem of some sort. Probably not. Women are more picky in their mate choices than men, especially sexually. That's the case in every culture. And it's not surprising, because women have more at stake sexually than men do, per episode, because men don't get pregnant, obviously. And so that female pickiness that's the case. That's definitely true. Whether it's worse now or not, I doubt if it is. I would say to young men who are irritated at women is, if you're irritated at women, as a class of creature, there's something wrong with you, because they're right. You're wrong. They're right to not pick you. If they're not picking you, it's because they're right. So I know what that rejection is like. I know what that fear is like. I don't know it as well as some men know it, because I wasn't rejected outright. You have to understand is that, what do you expect from women? If you got pregnant because you had sex, you'd be pretty damn choosy too. So, clue in a bit. And then, well, don't they find you attractive? Well, maybe you're not. Like, have you paid attention to how you dress? Do you have a plan? Are you as educated as you could be? Are you a liar? Are you a rabid pornography user? Because maybe that's undermining your motivation to seek out a woman and grow yourself up. Pornography is a big problem. It's a big problem. It's a real curse, that pornography, in my opinion, because it's an easy out. So I think it's reasonable to assume.
Nah, that's a bar, man. You do what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man, gang. I used to watch, you dig what I'm saying, heavily, you feel me? I ain't even gonna say I stopped. I'm gonna just say that, like, I haven't been watching as of recently in a minute, you feel me? And I'm not even actively thinking about it, and I'm happy about it. I've been really busy focusing on other things, like being creative, you dig what I'm saying? Going to the gym, eating right, stuff like that. And then also too, I've noticed that for me, like, working towards my goals and seeing progress in there has released like endorphins. Like, it's made me feel good. It's released like a feel-good hormone, It's a chemical in the brain. They call it dopamine, right? So you have a whole dopaminergic circuit, you dig? Yeah, man, porn is super duper destructive, because it's like, one, you're getting off to seeing other people get active, you dig what I'm saying? So it's like, you seeing other people get active, that's what your mind is associating with pleasure, believe it or not, because that's what you're watching. So your mind is, your eyes are like these projectors. Your mind is processing what you're seeing. You're watching people, you know what I'm saying? You're watching people get dug out. And what's happening is that, one, you're building this archetype of women that's like rooted in fantasy, even though like what you're seeing is technically real. It's not, because you're not engaging in it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a synthetic experience that feels real, and your body is responding accordingly, because you're just blasting all over the place. But what happens is that it's like an addiction. You just jerking and jerking. Your mind is releasing dopamine every single time, but it's no different than like a heroin addict. After a while, you need to watch harder videos. You see what I'm saying? You went from watching Missionary, now all of a sudden you're watching like, gangbangs and shit like that. Then you're watching way harder, way more perverted-ish. You dig what I'm saying? And it's like, it ain't good. By the time you really get it with a woman, there's one, a whole rack of anxiety because you still suck at like your social dynamics and rapport with women anyway. So if a woman is gracious enough to let you, get in them guts, you've been jerking off to seeing other people smash so much you might not even be standing tall when it's time to get active. You dig what I'm saying? And that's real cheap way of getting pleasure. It's like it's akin to putting a quarter in a gumball machine. You feel what I'm saying? You didn't really do shit to get that piece of candy, you feel me? But you are spending every single time, and you're really kind of fucking with your ability, with your mind's reward system, for real.
There's a novelty edge in pornography, like there is in so many quasi-addictive phenomena. And so it has to become, because novelty is a sexual kick, it has to stay novel, and that means that over time it's going to become more extreme. So that's not good. Well, so how do you resensitize yourself in some sense? Well, you stop. And then hopefully you recover. And then you deprive yourself of that outlet, let's say. And you might say, well, is that absolutely necessary? Maybe there's nothing wrong with pornography. It's like, well, I don't know, man. Like, have you ever really met a guy who is proud of that? But let's say you can't find someone. Well, then you might say that's an indication you should change. Mm-hmm. It is, in fact, an indication that you should change. Because what better indication are you going to get than that no one wants to be intimate with you? It's the ultimate rejection, and that's partly why men are terrified of it, and I understand that. It's like, if you're rejected constantly and you're out there really trying, because that's another thing to ask yourself, is, well, how many women have you actually asked out? And are you so sure that you're not picking women who will certainly reject you because you're trying to bat out of your league? Because you might be. Don't substitute the false for the real. And don't underestimate the utility of deprivation. What do we need to drive us forward to have the advantage?
What he's saying is, don't undermine the ability of like foregoing things that are pleasurable in the immediate. You know what I mean? And that, like, we understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hard work now, pleasure later. We have that idiom: work hard, play later. Right? Or work hard. Some shit like that. You know what I'm trying to say. It's easier said than done. I ain't gonna cap, but it like life has a profound way of getting you to a point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. A lot of people really ain't sick and tired of what they have. They've grown familiar with it, which is crazy because you still have contempt for your situation, which you hate, but you're familiar and you're used to it, and you know how to navigate that, or at least you know how to suffer and complain about it, and that's somewhat dopamine. That's somewhat dopaminergic for you.
Nature of our life, well, some deprivation, that's for sure. That heightens desire and drive, and maybe you need that. You're afraid to approach a woman. Well, you remove part of your drive with pornography, and so now you don't have that sexual urge to overcome that anxiety, and so you stay timid for your entire life. And you do so much less harm if you look to yourself first as the problem. And believe me, you're plenty of problem for you. You're all the problem you need for you. That's for sure.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's why half of the shit you be seeing folk be commenting, talking about this, talking about that, folk offering up their opinion about other people's lives and shit like that. One, it's like a self-soothing mechanism. It helps people feel good about their lives, critiquing other people's lives who they don't know. And the people who are making comments about other people's lives, you don't even really give a fuck about them people. One, because it's like, if you did, then you'd be doing something. You feel what I'm saying? It's like we engage in like, opinionative criticism or critique, and it's like fair enough, but social media has just exacerbated, these echo chambers, bruh. And folk just be really talking for real. Like, I don't really care about folks' opinions at all. Like, I care about critique from people who I know genuinely give a fuck about me, not people who are just regurgitating, moralistic platitudes, and they not even really, they ain't even really living them for real. They just want to feel good about, they just want to feel good about being able to say some shit about how they see somebody else moving, man. A major reason why dudes are single, man, in my opinion, bruh, is they're stagnant. You dig? They don't really know what they're here for. I think also too, a lot of us, man, we're fed so much negative bullshit about who we are and what we're told we have no value. We told we ain't shit until we get $1, and media does a very good job of reinforcing that bullshit. And then a lot of dudes are depressed, and they'll never say so. They won't go to therapy. They won't talk to anybody about their problems. Most dudes don't even got real friends they can confide in. And then if they do, there's a fear of appearing inadequate. Like, damn, you don't know how to navigate and govern your own life. It's like shit. And that hits hard. So there's a lot of internalization there's a lot of internalization of things that keep a man locked in his own cell, if you will. Yeah, man. And there's a lot of those kind of men, The media does a good job of making it seem like all men are kind of having the same experience, but it's capped. Like the top 1% of men are really out here getting it, because just by nature of a hierarchy, the higher you go, the thinner it gets. Even at a mountaintop, if you look at a mountain, it has a point. It's not expansive at the top. It's expansive at the bottom. You dig what I'm saying? And that's nature. So what makes you think that the vast majority of human beings themselves are having the same experience of people at the top? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? The altitude is completely different up there. You dig? Even the air itself is different. So shit. With that being said, it's like, the vast majority of men, the top, like are losers. You know what I'm saying? Unmotivated, hopeless. They've forsaken their dreams, buried them shits. Like there's a story in the Bible where it talks about the talents. God coming and giving one dude 1 talent, another dude 2 talents, another dude 5. The person who has 5, he goes and doubles that up. When his master comes back, hey master, I got 10 for you. It means, hey, good job. I'm gonna go ahead and give you some more. The one who had 2 doubled his up. He's like, hey, you gave me 2. I went ahead and doubled this up, came 4. Hey, blessed is him. The one who had 1 said, hey, master, I knew you were a hard man. I ain't want to, lose what it is that you gave me. So what I did is I didn't do shit with it, but but I ain't lose it. So I buried it so I could give it right back to you. It don't even make no sense. Like, why would, if I'm giving you something, I'm giving it to you so you can use it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if I give you a car, I ain't giving you a car so you can keep it locked in the garage somewhere. It's like, bro, if you ain't gonna use it, give it to me so I can whip that mug my goddamn self, or give it to somebody else who I know finna drive it. Like, that just don't make no sense. You feel me? It's like me giving you some money. I'm giving you some money for you to spend that bit. Like, so spend it. Like if you, yeah, bro, you know that 1,000 you gave me last year, bro? Like, yeah, I ain't even used it. Like, I'll be like, bro, what, you got any plans for the joint? Nah, bro. Like, I'm just gonna keep it. You saving it for what? Nah, nothing. Bro, give me my money back, bro. Give me that rack back. Goddamn. But that really how a lot of folk, and there's a perception of what it is that you have. Well, one, it's not a lot, so I can't really do anything with this. And there's so many men, bruh, making excuses. So many people in the hood disenfranchised. We keep eating this bread, bruh, that ain't eating the bread. Eating this bread that ain't producing nothing. People keep blaming the government. People keep blaming the white man. People keep blaming Judy down the street. People blame bruh, I'm telling you. Even if it's nothing but Even if it's just $1 in a dream, it's something, bro. And you can run it up. Like, you can run it up. You can get $2. I'm telling you, they're life has proven time and time again, bro, that things can be, that things can grow. They may grow at a slower pace, but that's just what it is. And you have to be very kind with yourself where you're at, you know. And even if you don't got people to motivate you, then work on that first. You get what I'm saying? That's what you need to work on. Like, you trying to start a business, but you're not even confident. You're trying to bag a girl, but you dig what I'm saying? You don't even think you valuable. You don't even think you tough. You don't even think you handsome. There isn't anything about you that you appreciate, but then you want to bag, you know, a 10 when you like, bro, get the fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop that. Like, y'all niggas be tripping. Like, and what y'all don't realize is you're looking for something outside of yourself to validate you. There is no, bruh, ain't no woman finna come into your life and rescue you out of your own chaos. You feel me? Ain't nobody finna do that. You dig? God alone and your own yieldedness, period. You feel me? That's it. Not even, it don't matter. Gandhi himself could be your right hand wingman, bruh. You still gotta, at the end of the day, actively participate in your life. You are in your own hero's journey, you know. So get that ass up, man. You know, that's what we're here to do. We're here to you know, build each other up, encourage one another. You feel me? Yeah, but you know, I'm gonna leave this one here for real. But you know, this is a crazy thing. People who are deprived, people who don't have shit, they abuse, they are addicted, and there's a couple of things that they run to. It's usually sensualism, usually gratification, usually pleasure, usually heathenism, usually indulgence, access of some kind. You feel me? Because at that point in time, it's like, bro, I just want to feel anything other than, you know, the depression I feel and the uselessness that I'm feeling, you know. So it'd be hard when you're a slave to pleasure, because pleasure is worthwhile, you know. But use it to motivate you. Don't just settle for cheap pleasures, you know. Don't just settle for, don't just beat off, because that's your energy for real, you know. But yeah, you know, we gonna stop this one right here. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, if you like the video, like, comment, and share this video. You dig what I'm saying? It's your boy Jail again. He who ascends, man. Peace, love, and purpose. You feel what I'm saying? We not on that happiness. You dig what I'm saying? Because happiness is fleeting. You know, peace, love, and purpose. You feel me? Y'all stay sturdy.